Welcome back to channel USN 6.7 News. The country is still in the throes of depression, and fewer workers have been able to pay the bills. Furthermore, a report has just come in from West Virginia about another labor strike. I'm sure all of you have heard about the railroad strikes sweeping the country from West Virginia to Missouri. Recently, it stretched farther west and north, as you can see from this Indiana newspaper.
It is here. The long-expected strike has reached us. We're up on 2,000 miles of Indiana railroads. Immense crowds about the Union Depot and on the streets. The excitement growing more intense and the strikers more determined. Scenes and incidents of the day. City full of train-bound travelers.
The strike started in Martinsburg, West Virginia, but quickly spread across the country, even to Chicago. The strike started a few days ago before spreading to Pittsburgh and farther west. Recently, President Hayes has deployed federal forces to some protests and strikes in order to get people to return to work. These strikes have been widespread on a scale never seen before. What has caused so many workers to join them?
Well, it starts with these wage cuts that have been coming quickly in the last 8 months. As in, we can only make $2.50 a day. We can't support ourselves in this economy, and no one can work in these current conditions.
Does that happen a lot?
Yeah, it does.
Is that because of the bad conditions?
Yeah.
Is that what caused your hair too?
Well, technically, my hair is like this because of lead poisoning.
Wait, lead is poisonous? I thought that was just in my makeup. You look a little young to be working here. How old are you?
I'm 5 years old. There's not time to celebrate birthdays when you're working. I'm helping my older brother to bring in extra cash. Our mom died from scurvy last year. I made 50 cents last week, but my brother makes even more because he's older.
That's a lot so far. Let's hear from our correspondent Lucian in Chicago, who does not give a... Yeah, I can't say that on camera.
After a few weeks, railroad strikes have finally reached Chicago. There have been at least 18 casualties so far, as well as demonstrations and riots. Many efforts to control the protests have only escalated the situation as workers refuse to be silenced. The Chicago and Illinois governments have gone as far as to call in the National Guard. Local militias have also tried to step in, but many of them side with the workers. The sheer widespreadness of these protests, over 100,000 workers, are fueling concerns about socialism and anarchy. And although these protests seem to be dying down with the involvement of federal troops, there are still questions yet to be answered about whether the demands for higher pay and safer working conditions will be answered. Back to you.
Here we are with Mr. Garrett, owner of the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad Company. So, Mr. Garrett, how have you been responding to the allegations about your treatment and payment of workers?
I don't like how my workers are tarnishing my name. They know their place. No one forced them to be here.
Okay, but you called for the government to send in federal forces, correct?
Only to protect other workers and keep things moving. That's what I declare.
Will the plant have to be shut down? How will you respond to this challenge?
Absolutely not. Nothing will be shut down. There's plenty of workers, strike breakers, if you will, who are willing to work.
Okay, thank you so much for that insight.
Yeah, of course.
As you can see, workers have a fair reason to be angry. They have been treated unfairly and taken advantage of by the railroad companies. However, the railroad owners have a point about keeping things moving and maintaining stability. Whether or not the demands of workers are met, the strikes this summer will live on and have impact for generations. Join us next week on USN 6.7 when we cover the corrupt bargain that led Rutherford B. Hayes to the presidency.